You are now listening to Timebite, hosted by me, Stephen Clark. Hope you enjoy the podcast. Hey there, everybody. It's your boy, Steve. Once again, for Timebite episode 122. That's a lot of episodes. And I say that all the time because it's crazy as it is. It is. Anyway. I have someone on who's really awesome, really cool. I watch his videos because his videos are the best. I'm about to ask this today, but I'm gonna assume that he used to be a repairman for some company somewhere, and he went haywire one day, so he decided to quit and do all this that he does on his YouTube channel. Probably not the truth, but we're gonna figure that out today. Today I am with hashtag Tylertube. Not YouTube, Tylertube. What is up, man?
No, not a whole lot.
So
just winding down for the day. Finished filming.
You filmed the video and then came here?
Yeah, I just filmed one, or just finished one, just a little over an hour ago.
That's really cool. Hopefully, hopefully I hashtag get a shout out for it to be like, oh yeah, and that Timebite, yeah, gonna be on it.
I will definitely once you get this episode up, I will definitely post it.
Yeah, thanks, man. That means a lot. In my Discord, let's be stupid and make a bunch of pinging noises. God. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Because I know I just had to mute the channel, so I didn't have to. So people didn't have to keep, beeping and bleeping out in the recording. Anyway.
Yeah, Discord can be annoying sometimes.
But yeah, God, I mean, where do we start? So where did the channel start from? Like, what, like, were you like, oh, I like using tools, but I don't like using tools in the right way. So let's record me acting stupid with tools.
Well, the whole YouTube thing started originally, if you want to go all the way back to when originally, it started in, I couldn't even tell you how many YouTube channels I've had. I've probably had 40 channels over the years. And I started posting videos in late 2007, early 2008. Mm-hmm. Whenever YouTube was just starting to become a thing, and I started obviously, watching YouTube, and then I would at the time I was really big into like pocket knives and stuff like that, like camping gear and like just things like that, outdoor stuff. So there was a couple of channels that I watched that did all that kind of stuff. They reviewed knives, they did like all these gear reviews and like stuff like that. And like I would just watch them and watch them, and like it made me want to do it. So then I was already collecting pocket knives just because I've just always been a fan of anything sharp. So obviously with my videos.
Oh, obviously.
So I started a channel in, like I said, probably 07, 08. And I started off just like reviewing, like I was reviewing like pocket knives. But of course I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I was just like, at the time I thought that I was like doing something big, but like if I look back now, all I was doing was just like imitating what I was seeing these other guys that I was watching do, because I wanted to do what they did. So I had a little point and shoot camera that probably shot in like 480p. And I would have these little like knife reviews, and they were probably like 2-3 minutes long. And then I started reviewing reviewing just like anything. Like, I remember one time I reviewed a pair of boots that I had like they were really just a wore out pair of boots, and I made a review for them, and it was like a 10-minute long review of these old pair of boots. I was just making like videos of like anything, just because I just wanted to make videos.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that, and then like maybe 6 months or so into that, big surprise, I didn't get big. Nothing happened. Nothing took off. Yeah. So I continued that cycle up until my Tylertube channel started taking off about a year and a half, 2 years ago, where like from then until like 2 years ago, every probably 6 to 8 months, I would have like this new idea that I was going to do, like this new channel idea. And I would be just most of all of them were just like, pretty much garbage. But they were like, each one was going to be the next thing. And I'd get all excited and I'd make like 5 or 10 videos and they wouldn't go anywhere. I'd be like, well, I guess that's not it. And then I'd wait and, just kind of, not do anything for a while. And then I would just like have this other idea and I'd be like, all right, this one's going to be the one. This is going to be big. This one's going to be big. I'd start it up again, make 4 or 5 more videos, wouldn't go anywhere. Then I would just repeat that cycle over and over and over. And then I did that until probably 2011, I think. I think 2011 is when my channel was made, the Tylertube channel I have now, where I had the original name of my channel was Xbox Live Recordings, because I was doing all these other channels with all this other stuff. Like I even had like a small like kind of like a vlog, but like a comedy thing. And then like of course that was one of the ones that didn't take off. And then I made my channel that I have now that's known as Tylertube, but it was originally Xbox Live Recordings, because I decided I was going to get into gaming, because gaming was starting to get big. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was the next thing for me. I was like, all right, this is going to be big. I'm going to be a professional gamer. So so I started doing like playing Call of Duty, and I bought like a capture card and I bought a laptop, capture card, and I think either I bought a microphone or I found some way that I could. I found this. I had a bunch of like extensions and like a wiring nightmare, so that way I could use my headset to record the audio, but also still talk to my teammates and everything.
Yeah.
And I had like this whole setup that I would game with, and I was doing that for a while, and then I started getting more views than before. Like I was starting to get like, I'm not anything crazy, like 10, 20 views maybe on each video. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is working. And then that kind of died off. And then right after that, I decided that for some reason, I decided that me commentating the videos is what the problem was, is what I decided. So I convinced myself that was the problem. So what I started doing was I was playing games of Call of Duty, and it would just, without me talking, I would literally, if I would sit down and play, like say if I played Call of Duty for 8 hours that day, and who knows how many games that is, that's probably like 50 rounds of Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
So I would record 50 rounds of Call of Duty and then just upload all of that. And then like as 50 separate videos. And then I would do that like every day. Like I probably uploaded like 500 videos. Because for some reason in my head I thought, these people, this is what they want. They are going to watch these games of Call of Duty. That's what they want to see. And then like of course it never went anywhere.
But like, wait, how did you pass up the copyright though? I mean, like with the music and all that stuff and everything, and your voice being over to cover up some of it.
Well, this was 2011. This was like Call of Duty Black Ops 1. There wasn't any copywritten music in it.
Oh, all right.
And it really didn't matter anyway, because I wasn't monetized or anything. So they could have copyright claimed it, but they wouldn't have got anything.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Fight me for my one view that I was getting?
They could have battled everything for that one view.
Yeah, that wasn't even on my mind, because they weren't going to get anything.
But yeah, continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
But so I did that for a while, and then it was just from like 2011, 2012 until 2018, I mean, there was probably a 3 or 4 year gap in there where I just uploaded nothing because I just couldn't think of anything. But I was just uploading just random like little like comedy skits that I would come up with. Like have you seen the video where I toasted the toast with a blowtorch?
That you told. I'm trying to think. Did I see that video? I think I saw a video. No, I think I saw the video of you that you nailed something in a 2x4, and then you lit it on fire, and then the fire got too big. You had to take it outside because the fire was becoming not tolerable. What's the other word? The word when you can't control the fire, an uncontrollable fire.
Out of control.
Yeah, you had like the fire was getting out of control. You had to throw it outside. But
that one. That's not the one I'm talking about. But that was a video that I did with a bunch of cigarette lighters.
Yeah, that one. I saw that video.
I can't remember if this one's still live on my channel or not. If it is, it's like at the very, very back. But it was only like a 1 or 2 minute video. But it was just like a little skit that I came up with where I was like, the whole like premise was that like people complain that they don't have enough time to eat breakfast. So then I like slide into the frame with a pan and a piece of bread on it, and I use a blowtorch and like turn it into toast. And then I'm like, oh, see, it takes 5 seconds to make breakfast. Do you have time? Or whatever it was I said. So I started doing like,
what?
Like just do what?
No, I was like, what?
Yeah, it was dumb, but it was I was doing stuff like that. Like I was just trying to come up like I've always been a very like creative person, and I've always had like all these ideas, but I just like I didn't know what to do with it all. Like I just would think of these things, and I'm just like, okay, like for me, like before I started getting traction, for like in my mind, every video that I made to me was going to be the next big one. Mm-hmm. And I like that continued like for no matter like looking back, no matter how trashy the video was at the time. In my head, I was like, this is it. This is going to be the one. This is going to be the one that gets it going. And then I would post it, and it'd get maybe sometimes 50 views or something. And I'd be like, well, guess I'll try again. And then I'd wait a little bit, and I'd come up with something else. Like, yep, this is the one.
Well, that really no. I could compare that phrase that this is going to be the big one by comparing to that video that you recently did where you put all the holes at the bottom of the Home Depot buckets and you patched them with the Flex Seal and they were big holes.
The Flex Paste.
Yeah, the Flex Paste. Yeah, like that was going to be the big one, and you literally tried to make it the big one, and especially with that wall too. Sticking your katana and making big holes for a big one.
Yeah, that one too. I've been waiting. That's my most recent video now, but I've been waiting to make that video for months because they released Flex Seal released that product on February 14th, and then like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, they were supposed to mail me a bunch of it, and then by the time I was supposed to get it is when Corona happened. So then it put it on hold for all this time. And then, I posted that video on this past Saturday. So like the Saturday before that is when I was finally able to get some. Mm-hmm. And up until, I had been waiting all those months to make that video. And I had everything planned out, and it just I just would slowly add to it and think it I've been waiting to make that video for months. So once I finally got to do it, it was exciting.
Before we carry on with any more of your YouTube and awesome stuff like that, I gotta ask, what state are you actually from?
I'm in West Virginia.
You're in West Virginia? Oh, I was always wondering that. I thought are you from Philadelphia? I thought you were from Pennsylvania for some reason.
Well, I did. I lived in Pennsylvania for 5 years. I lived in I don't remember what the name of the town was now, but it was just a little bit south of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. I was like, huh, that's weird. No, I was wondering that, but anyway,
A lot of people guessed that because there was a video where I had stuff from Sheets. So as soon as I showed anything from Sheets, everyone was like, "Oh, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania," because that's like where Sheets got its start or whatever.
But to clear the air, you're actually from West Virginia.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, but like, whatchamacallit, going back on the YouTube train. Did you actually get to meet Phil Swift?
No. I did get. Okay, I'll get to this here in a second. But so going back to just getting everything going or whatever. So I was making all these like just senseless videos that had no real point. Mm-hmm. And then so I basically, I mean, literally what I was doing without knowing it was I was just throwing everything at a wall and seeing what stuck. Is basically what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I don't remember my first video that actually got any type of traction was because I started making like talking head videos, and then I kept doing like some reviews and just like all this stuff that just like slowly my channel was growing a little bit. Like I started getting like 300 or 400 views a video, but like that was it. But it was, more than the 10 views I was getting in the years past. Mm-hmm. So like it was I was seeing growth, but very, very slowly. But I knew I needed like this one, like something to, get the ball rolling. So at one point I decided what I was going to do was just talk about like current events is what I was going to do. So there was one day and I'm sure most people know this, but I'm a diesel mechanic. I work on like box trucks, semi trucks, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So there was I don't remember this was probably 2016, 17-ish. And Tesla had just announced they were going to make a Tesla semi. So obviously, me being a diesel mechanic, that was right up my alley. So I was driving somewhere, like Home Depot or something. So I took my my GoPro, stuck it in the windshield of my truck, and I decided I was like, all right, I'm going to talk about this Tesla semi and like what this means for mechanics, because the Tesla semi, like one of the big things was that it was going to be virtually like service free. Mm-hmm. And like as a mechanic, a lot of what we do is services and things like that. So if the semi has like, if it, there's no engine, so there's no oil, there's no coolant, everything's electronic. There's like, I think there's still differentials, but like there wasn't going to be a whole lot. Like Tesla was going to, I don't know if they still do this, but they were going to insure everything up to like 1 million miles or something.
Yeah.
So, or warranty everything up to like 1 million miles. So like if anything did fail as a mechanic, you still wouldn't be doing anything because it would all be warranty work. And it was like the whole purpose of like that video was I was just talking about like how the Tesla semi is going to pretty much like eventually put mechanics kind of out of business because there's not going to be anything for us to do other than like change tires. Mm-hmm. So I posted that. So I made that video. It was literally just another video that I was posting, just like, whatever, another 400 or 500 views or whatever. And I posted it, and like I uploaded it. And then, every time, you upload, you sit there and watch it and see how many people are watching it, like in the first couple hours or whatever.
Yeah. And
I posted it, and like in the first hour, it got like 1,000 views. And I was like, oh, okay, something's happening here. And then then like the next hour, it got like 4,000 or 5,000 views. And that was, at that point, that was more views than I had got on anything in my entire life. Uh-huh. And I was like, okay, this something's going on here. And I remember basically sweating, staring at my computer, like what's happening? Like why is this getting so popular? And then it ended up getting, in like 24 hours, it got like 100,000 views. And I was like,
it was like, you were like, what?
I was just, I heard that sound, didn't know what it was.
No, it was my computer just being like, hey, notification.
No, okay. So it got like 100,000 views in 24 hours. And then I was like, oh, so this is a hot subject. Like people, like this is actually going to work. Like talking about current events. So then after it got 100,000 views, I like that was because like when I made that video, I was on the verge of like not quitting. Like I was never going to quit making videos, but I was on the verge of like trying to maybe shift into like another direction and like maybe try something else another idea that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And then that video got all those views, and then it like kind of like reinvigorated me, and I was like, oh, I can like this is actually a possibility. Like people might actually watch what I put out. So then I made like 2 or 3 other like Tesla related videos like the very next day.
Yeah.
And they didn't get as many views, but they got like 7 to 10,000 views a piece, something like that. And then everything just kind of like died off. But that was kind of like the bump that kind of got me through until things like kind of really started taking off.
Uh-huh.
So I did those, and then I kind of went like through another like downtime, just kind of like trying to think like what else I could do that would be big or whatever. So I did. I think I started doing reviews again or something. I think I did like 2 or 3 more reviews that never ended up, amounting to anything. And then I kept seeing the commercials for Flex Seal or for Flex Glue. And I kept seeing these commercials. And like I knew, like I saw them and I was like, that might be like the next thing I test. I might do that. And it was just kind of like a seed that I planted in the back of my mind. You know, I was just like, yeah, I'll think about it and see what I can come up with for that.
Yeah,
so then
you watch the commercial and then he goes like, I just sawed a bone in half, and you're like, yeah, I want to do that too.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was actually driving to work one day, and like it just the entire idea for the Flex Glue video just like hit me. Like I was just driving, and like it just hit me, and I was like, okay, I need to do this. And I remember I pulled up my phone and I was like making notes, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to test this way, and I'm going to need these materials and blah, blah, blah. I planned it all out. And then that weekend I went to Home Depot and got everything I needed and then filmed that whole Flex Glue video. And I like kind of, I realized because I wasn't putting much effort into my videos. I mean, like very, very little effort.
Yeah.
And for this one, I decided, I was like, all right, I'm going to go above and beyond, put more effort in than I've ever put into a video before. I'm just going to see what happens. So I went above and beyond, put all the extra effort into it and everything, and then posted it. Or I edited it, and once I got done editing and I finished it, and I watched it like 20 times, and then like I still had that same feeling like I had for all my other videos. I was like, this is the one. This is going to be the one that does it. So I posted that video, and it got like, maybe I posted it in probably March, and it got like 15 or 20,000 views or something, which was, not as much as that 100,000 that Tesla video got, but it was more than what I was averaging before.
And
so I was like, okay,
it's on the same channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So then I was like, all right, well, I mean, this is, obviously, putting more effort does get more views or whatever. So I, went on to do, I think I did I don't remember if I posted any videos after that one or not, but I don't think I did. I think I posted that one, and then I like kind of decided, I was like, well, if putting all that effort into these videos is only going to get 20,000 views, then I'll just have to come up with something else. So I kind of like, went a few months, didn't really do much. And then fast forward till that August, that's whenever Phil Swift, I don't remember what he came out with, but he came out with some other product. So everybody was searching like Flex Tape or Flex Glue or whatever. And it was right at the peak of whenever it was Flex products were becoming this giant meme just everywhere. Every meme had something to do with Phil Swift.
Yeah.
So everybody was searching it so much that my video started getting picked up in all these search results. So I was at work one day, and I was just like I kept getting like these comment notifications from YouTube, and I was thinking like, what? Like, because I used to get like 1 or 2 comments a day. And then I was getting like, all of a sudden I was getting like 20 or 30 notifications at a time. And I just remember thinking like, what is this? Like, why am I getting all these notifications? And then like I kept like deleting them, and or not deleting them, but like, clearing them off my phone. And then like I got busy at work or whatever. I came back to my phone. Like I hadn't looked at it for like a couple hours or something. I come back and I had like just hundreds and hundreds of comments. And I was like, okay, something's going on here. So I started going through my videos, and then that flex glue video was up to like 40 or 50,000 views. And I was like, oh, well, why is this video taking off now? Like, this has been up for months. Like, what's happening? And then I watched it, and like over, it stayed steady getting views for like 5 or 6 days in a row. And after like 5 or 6 days in a row, it hit 1 million. And it was like the whole week, I didn't even know what to do with myself. Like, I was just like checking on it every 10 minutes. And I was like, it's still going up. It's still going. It's still going. And I just like, it was like I was watching like the lottery or something. Like every few hours, like even in the middle of the night, sometimes I'd wake up and I'd look at it and be like, it's still going. It's still going up.
And how old were you when this was happening?
24. Yeah, 24. Because it was 2 years ago.
Oh, 24. Yeah, man. No, I mean, like, real quickly, when I was 24, that wasn't happening to me. When I was 24, I was just like, what am I going to do with my life?
Well, that's how I felt until this whole YouTube thing started working, which I'll get into this. I'll get into why I started up again here in a minute, but
yeah, continue.
So that video, I watched, like, it happened to, I think by like Friday night, it was when it hit like 1 million or something, because I stayed up until like 5:30 in the morning to watch it click over to 1 million. Because like it was, I'd been watching it all throughout the entire week, just basically in awe, like I just had no idea like why this was happening. And then I saw that it was getting closer and closer to 1 million, and I was like, up until that point, getting 1 million views on something was like something that I never thought in a million years would happen. Because like before, like I've always wanted to have a successful YouTube channel. But to me, I was thinking that like if I could just get 30, 40,000 or 50,000 views consistently, that would be like more than I could ever ask for. And then here I was watching one of my videos about ready to hit 1 million. And like I just remember sitting there at like 5 a.m, staring at the computer, just in like a daze, just like, I just had a video that just hit 1 million views, and I didn't even know what to do with myself. I was like a kid on Christmas, just like I couldn't get it. It was almost unreal. Like I couldn't get it through my head that I produced a video that got 1 million views.
I mean,
so then I was like,
I mean, I believe I made a video that got just as many views. I believe on my YouTube channel. If you real quickly, have you heard of my YouTube channel before?
The one where you post your podcast, or do you have another one?
I have a personal account, like one where I just upload the videos.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I go by Melslug991 on YouTube.
Am I supposed to pull this up?
Oh, well, if you want, if you want to pull it up, I mean, I'm just saying because what my point was trying to be is that like I think I made a video that just got that many views. I think 2 of them did. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to bring that up to relate to your story.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going. So you posted something that got 1 million views, or close to it.
I believe. I mean, I can.
It's, I don't know what it is, but it's like obviously 1 million of anything is a lot, but that was like the at that point, that was the moment whenever I was sitting there watching that video hit 1 million views at like 5:30 in the morning after like being exhausted from staying up all that time watching it. Like that was the point, the turning point where I realized I can do this. This YouTube thing is actually going to work. And then at least that's what I told myself. And then but I still like a part of me like didn't believe it. I was just like, there's no way. Like this is just like a fluke. Like this one video did good, but you know, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that video ended up getting, I don't know what it got, like 2 point something million views. And then after that, so the flex glue video that was the first one. And then I think the next one I did was flex tape, maybe. I think it was flex tape was the next one I did. And I just figured, you know, I'm just going to stay on the same theme. You know, these people will like the flex stuff, so I'll do flex tape. So I made my flex tape video, and then like I made it, and I was thinking like, you know, if that one did 1 million, if this one could do 60 to 80,000 or something, that would be insane. So then like I posted that one, and I was like, oh, this like it started taking off like just like the flex glue one did, but like obviously at a way faster pace. So I was like, oh, this like it's happening again. Like these people are watching my videos again. Like what's happening here? Like I couldn't comprehend like why everyone kept watching my videos.
You can wrap your head around why it's happening.
Yeah, like it just like I would post it, and then I would just sit there and watch it, and people would start like I would see the views start rolling in, and I was just like, they're doing it again. They're watching my videos again. And then like people kept subscribing, and I was like, and they're subscribing to me. Like what's happening here?
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but to get back to you on the views I was telling you about, I had two videos. I had one video that went 2.1K, and another one that went 1.9K.
And that's a lot.
Is that a million, or is that? Or, I don't know how much that actually is.
1.1K is 1,100.
1,100 million.
Like 1,100. No, 1,100. Like 1.1K is 1,100.
So not a million.
No, not a million.
But close.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to share that because it's not a million, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean it's more. It's it's over 1,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like they're more nostalgia reviews because I'm into nostalgia, so they're like sort of that thing. But yeah. Anyway, what you were saying, I just wanted to get back to you on that. But anyway, what you were saying, I'm sorry.
I don't remember where I was at now. Where was I going?
No, you made the other video and it blew up it blew up faster, and you were like, "Oh my god, you're wetting your pants" because you couldn't believe it.
Yeah, okay. So I did the flex tape video, and then I did the flex seal video, and then I think I did something else. Oh, so then I did the flex seal video. Or flex seal video was the third video that I did in a row, and it like the first two videos did very good, over 1 million views. I think the flex tape did like 3 something million views, and I was like, okay, so this is what people want. So then I posted some other flex video, and then like it didn't do very good. It did like 40. It only did like 40,000 views, where like these other ones were getting like over 1 million. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is kind of maybe people are kind of getting tired of this already. And then I switched it up, and I did like a couple other videos, and they were getting like 20 to 40,000 views, and I was like, like this is kind of weird. Like, you know, everybody was getting, you know, all my videos were getting millions, and then now, you know, we're down to 20 to 40,000. So then I was like, okay, well, I mean, maybe this is the new normal. If I can keep getting this, then I can grow from here. So then I did 7 or 8 videos probably of just like other things that weren't related to Flex Seal.
Mm-hmm.
And they all did pretty well, like 40 to 50,000 views ish, somewhere in there. And then throughout all those videos, I made those 3 Flex Seal videos, or like Flex product videos. And then I I started like the views started kind of dying down. So I decided that I was gonna, do something different than these flex products, because I figured, for whatever reason, I figured that people like were getting tired of it or whatever. So I started doing like just other reviews, and one of the reviews that I did was for Gorilla Glue, and then I did that video for Gorilla Glue, and it got average views or whatever. So then I decided. So then everyone on that video and my other videos kept commenting, and they kept wanting me to mix Flex Glue and Gorilla Glue. And so I put it off, and I was like, I was reading those comments, and I was like, all right, this is dumb. I'm not gonna mix those two together and make a video about it, because who wants to see that? Being the apparent genius that I am, not knowing anything.
No, you're YouTube's resident madman. Let's be honest here.
So I just put that off. I was like, I kept seeing the comments, but I kept putting it off. I was like, this is dumb. I'm not doing that. Like, I don't know why they want me to do that. So I made 3 or 4 other videos about just whatever, and they weren't doing very good. They were getting like 20, 30,000 views, and I like, everything was kind of like starting to get slow. And I was just like, man, everything's starting to die down. And then I had a week where I didn't have an idea for a video. So then I decided, I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll mix these 2 glues together and just see what happens. Everyone keeps leaving comments about it. I'll go ahead and mix them together and see what happens. And so I made that video.
What was it? Was that the day that you figured out that you're like, I should listen to my fans more often?
Yeah. So I made that video, and then I posted it, and then it got 3 million views in 3 days, which up to that point was the fastest growing video and I think it had the most views of any video I had, and it got all the views faster than any other video that I had. And that video was another one that I was just like sitting there like staring at my computer, just thinking, like, why? Like, why are all these people watching me mix these glues together? I wasn't complaining. I was just very confused. And then I was like sitting there like thinking to myself, like, I've been putting this video off for weeks, and this is what it could have done. So then I was like, all right, well, I guess people want to see me mix glues together. So then I made this video. I made the video. Have you seen the one where I mixed like tons of different glues together?
Yeah. I saw the one where you mixed the Gorilla Glue and the Flex Glue together, and then you did the thing with the chain, and you were pulling it up and testing the weight and all that stuff. And then, and then you're like, I'm gonna go bigger and better. I'm gonna just mix all these glues together, and we're just gonna see what happens. And I saw all that, and I liked them personally. I liked them.
Yeah, the mixing all the glues, that video came like either right after or shortly after I mixed just the 2 glues together, because I was thinking, if they want to see glues get mixed together, I'll just mix all the glues together. So then I got all those glues and mixed them together, and that video, I think it's over 2 million views now or something. And it worked again. And like, for whatever reason, like, things just kept working. And I didn't really understand why, but like, it just like, I had all this momentum going from these flex videos, and then people just like kept coming back and kept watching. And I kept having all these videos that were getting all these millions of views, and like, I just had no idea why. It just kept happening over and over. So it was crazy. And then of course now I am where I am now, because I've kept up with it and whatnot. But it's been a wild ride.
Well, here's a deal I want to make with you. A special Timebite exclusive deal here, if that's all right with you.
Let's hear it.
All right, so how about for one of your videos, you make, like, I know you're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this. You literally gotta eat a pickle, and you gotta tell people that you love it. And in return, I'll eat something that I really hate, and I'll do the same thing, but except I'll be like, yeah, it's great or whatever. You know, like
That's not like, oh, I might die.
you're not gonna die, man. I eat plenty of pickles in my life to know that it's good on hot dogs. Being from Chicago, man, they're on your hot dog, and when you put a slice of that pickle next to your hot dog, oh, it's like nothing you ever had before.
Well, that just solidified that I will never be going to Chicago.
But you don't have to have it on your hot dog. It's just the way to have it.
I don't think I want to be anywhere where people eat pickles on hot dogs.
You really hate them, do you? You really do hate them.
Oh, hate isn't that's like a very soft word. Like I despise, I loathe pickles.
What made you loathe pickles this much? What made you?
They just suck. Like they're just like such a pointless food. Like they smell bad, they taste bad. The texture's horrible. They're bitter. There's no purpose. It's just like it's like your pinky toe. It doesn't do anything. It's just pointless.
Okay, hold on. Being from Chicago, though, you know, they're good on your burgers, they're good on your hot dog, and they're good in other ways too. There's people who are actually out there who eat them like snacks. No joke, but that's not me.
I mean, personally, I think that if somebody eats pickles for pleasure, I think you should have to see a psychologist.
Oh my god, you really?
I think there's something going wrong.
No. Here's a video that I should probably unprivate because it's a private video on my channel. But there's actually a video of me drinking pickle juice, like literally, like it's not a whole glass. It's only like
that's foul.
But I did it because I wanted to drink how it tastes to put it on YouTube. But I made it private because it was the first time I ever showed me on camera on YouTube, and I went to go drink it, and it's salty. It's the most saltiest crap I've ever drank.
Cause it's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah, and I wouldn't personally drink it, but there's people out there.
I don't think pickle anything at any point should enter your body for any reason.
Not even like pickle flavored anythings. Nothing.
No, I don't think pickles offer any benefits to any human.
Well, whereas if someone made a pickle pickled whereas if the people over at the Flex factory make something out of pickles.
That will be a review that I do not do.
But you have to do it because it's Flex product.
I don't do anything pickle. I don't like. I don't know if there's anything I hate more than pickles as far as food.
Now people are going to be like, "What's the dill?"
Maybe onions are a close second to pickles for me, but pickles they just take the cake. I hate them.
I like pickled chips because those go good on your burger or like your barbecue sandwich or something. But like you wouldn't see me like if I like here's a good example. If you were like at a restaurant right now and they gave me like a pickle slice next to my sandwich, like I wouldn't eat it.
There you go. That's what you do. You leave that pickle there to rot, just like it deserves.
But if there was pickled chips on my sandwich, then I would eat it. But I wouldn't eat the pickle slice that's on the side of my plate.
Whenever you say pickled chips on a sandwich, do you mean like potato chips that are pickle flavored, or like dill chips, like pickles sliced up into chips?
That one, the pickle dill chips. There's, you know what I mean, they're that second one that you said.
Yeah,
that one.
That's disgusting.
They're good on burgers. All right.
I mean, I'm not. They're definitely not good. But I'm saying that if I was on like a deserted island and all I had was pickles, I would probably just die.
Of course.
I think that would be an easier way to go than to eat pickles.
Besides your hatred for pickles, when if we were to talk about like all the stuff you ever tested or reviewed or anything on your channel, is there any of that stuff you still use today that you're like, hey, this actually impressed me? I use this in my everyday life now.
Actually, probably a lot. I've definitely used Flex Glue on a number of things because it's legitimately a very good glue, especially for like whenever you're not doing something like drastic that's like just crazy for a video, but just like I'm trying to think I think I had like a piece of cracked tile or something that I needed to like hold down, and I used Flex Glue, something like that, like something that was actually like made to do, and it works great. That's definitely like I have a whole drawer full of like the video where I mixed all those glues together.
Mm-hmm.
I still have all of those glues in the garage, and anytime I need one, I always go to Flex Glue. Or sometimes on the very rare occasion, if something like really needs to be super glued, then I'll use super glue. But I definitely use Flex Glue. I don't think I've used Flex Tape for like a real life situation yet. I don't think I've used Flex Seal for a real life problem yet. But definitely Flex Glue. And of course duct tape. I've used duct tape a million times.
I mean, what is it that they say? Duct tape fixes everything.
Yeah.
You should do a video on that. Does duct tape really fix everything?
There's something in the works. I have stuff planned.
Is your garage floor still wet from when you? Which I don't know why you did this. You filled the bucket up and tried to do it in your garage. You usually do that crap outside in your videos, but.
Well, like 11 to like 3 in the morning usually.
No, wait. What do you say? Because my internet was the internet or the call was being stupid when after I said you usually do that crap outside usually.
Yeah, I usually do it outside, but it's where it's summertime and it's so hot. During the summertime, I film all my videos like late at night, like from 11 to like 3 in the morning.
Is it because it's is that what, because of the weather, or is it because of your neighbors?
Well, yeah, kind of both, but more so the weather, because in the garage it'll be it'll be 90 outside, but in the garage it's like 120. So I can't film a video out there when it's 120. I'll die. But so most time, almost all the videos that you see have been filmed like that's why some of the videos people are like, man, you need some sleep, because I'm filming at like 2 in the morning. But and then if I have something that I need to film like outside, like this most recent Flex Paste video where I had the buckets outside, like I filmed the first half of that video all at night, like real late at night, and then the next day I just filmed it like earlier in the day before it started getting really hot.
Because I was gonna this may be in our nifty idea here's the next big one or whatever, but seen on TV products seem to be getting really big, just in general. So you should I feel like if you took like these just seen on TV products and you put those to the test in some way or fashion, I feel like that can get you some views.
Yeah, I've thought about doing that. The problem is I haven't really found any of them that are like any as seen on TV products that are like actually like up my alley. Like most of this as seen on TV stuff is like non-stick pans or like some type of like vegetable slicer or just like weird stuff that like I don't really have any desire to test. And like, because that's just not really up my alley. But I mean, maybe at some point I'll do stuff like that. But like I like to test things that there can be like some destruction and some excitement and like stuff that I like, because I think like 80 I think 87% of my audience are guys. So like I can't, I'm not going to do like a video that's not like appealing to guys,
Uh-huh.
So and all the as seen on TV stuff, most of it is all products that appeal to women. So like it's kind of contradicting to kind of do that for my channel because a bunch of 18-year-old guys aren't really going to want to see me try out a vegetable slicer.
I mean like God, what's something crazy that I can think of that you haven't done yet? Because you've done a lot of crazy crap already on your channel, as clearly as I saw and other people have seen.
Yeah. And I'm just getting started.
You are, and it's good crap.
I have so much stuff that I want to do, but there's actually so much stuff that I would have already done if Corona hadn't screwed up this entire year, pretty much.
I mean, like, no, but I do want to say that you are a Diesel worker, so does that mean you're a Kevin Nash fan?
I have no idea who that is.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
I have no idea. Never heard of him.
You're not a wrestling fan?
No, I don't watch wrestling.
Yeah, there's this wrestler called Kevin Nash. And his name back in the 90s was Diesel.
Oh.
And I was like, well, you're a Diesel worker, so I mean, like, maybe you're a Kevin Nash fan.
No, I mean, ever since 2007 or 8, like, I don't watch any TV shows. I don't watch movies. I don't watch. But I mean, most of the time I'm just working on stuff.
Yeah, so you don't
very little free time.
So you don't really watch, you don't usually watch any TV, movies, or nothing. It's a work and then your videos.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll usually sneak in 2 or 3 YouTube videos while I eat dinner, and then after that, it's pretty much just back to the grind.
Dude, like there's so many bad movies out there though that you can just slap into your reviews, meme into your videos, and like just go at it with it.
Well, another thing is my attention span is so short that I literally can't sit and watch a movie. Like I'll go nuts. Like anything longer than 20 minutes, I can't do. Like my attention span's too short.
Because I was gonna recommend. There's this movie that came out like, what was it, like 2000, the early 2000s. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's called The Room.
No, never heard of it.
The movie is so bad, it's what makes it so good because of how bad it is. And if you were to watch this movie, this can possibly give you so much more content because the guy who makes the movie, his name is Tommy Wiseau, and he is popular as ever right now because he made a movie called he made The Room, and then he made a movie called Best Friends Part 1 and 2 just recently. He got a documentary made on The Room called The Disaster Artist, and now he's making another movie called Big Shark. And he made a sitcom called The Neighbors. So he's pretty popular. If you watch this movie and you start using him in your videos, people are going to be like, "Oh, he knows Tommy Wiseau."
Yeah, I've never heard of any of that. I'm real bad at keeping up with like I don't keep up with any movies or anything. Like I would guarantee you I've seen less than 50 movies in my entire life.
Hey, it's fine. I mean, that's just who you are. But I'm just saying, like, I know you're trying to be on like the next big thing train and help and get that rolling. So, and Tommy Wiseau is pretty up there on the next big thing train. So I just want to help you out with that.
Yeah, I'm trying. Maybe I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you'll get there after you slice enough walls and flex them enough.
I mean, it's looking pretty good. The outlook is definitely good.
Have you ever? I don't know if I ever saw this. If I did see it, I forget. But Did you actually slice a boat or something in half and then put it in the water and then test it and then test it like the commercial did?
No, but I want to so bad. And I was actually talking to the I think it was the like customer service team or something. I was talking to the people at Flex Seal for a while, trying to get them to like sponsor a video so that I could buy a boat, and like it just never ended up happening.
Well,
and what was it?
No, finish what you're saying.
I was trying to get them to sponsor a video so I could buy a boat, and it just like never happened. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just buy one on my own. And then, or I asked them, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to buy the exact boat that they had in the commercial. So then, after they like wouldn't sponsor the video, like for the boat, I asked them like where did you get your boat so that I can buy one and so I can literally recreate the exact commercial. And then they just like never responded. So I was like searching Google and like trying to find like what brand the boat is, where I could get one, or see like somebody had something for sale that it was like maybe semi, like even close to the one in the commercial, and I never could find anything. And when I would find a boat, people would want like $2,000 for it, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna pay that for a boat that I'm gonna cut in half.
Well, I mean, the best place you can probably go is like see if any of your friends have an old boat, or go to somewhere where boats are for cheap that you're not going to use for like more than a day, but just for that one video.
And just cut their boat in half.
Yeah, just cut it in half. Just cut it in half just for the video. Like you don't even have to keep it. You can just use it for the video.
Just rent it, and then bring it back to them and be like, well, I cut it in half, but I fixed it, so it's all good.
Like, what? No, they'll be like, why did you do that? But then on top of that, I mean, like, you can use whatchamacallit, you can probably keep the boat with the tape on it and all that stuff, and then down the road you could be like, oh, here's the boat like 4 months from now, and you start doing the thing you do with the Flex Seal or whatever that stuff you use with the buckets. You could start poking at it. Actually, comes apart after 4 or some months or something down the line after doing it. Obviously, not you in the boat, obviously, so you don't go sinking in the water. But you know what I mean.
Flex pace, right? Maybe I'll have to try that.
Yeah, because I know it won't be like
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. This has been happening. No, this is not just you that's been happening with. It's been happening with many other people I had on the podcast. I don't know why he's acting like this, but I'm sorry. But
it's all good.
But yeah, I mean, the boat. Yeah, just it'd be like a 24 hours later, but except just months later.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be interesting.
Would do you think like you could ever like do a video where like you do like the speaker test again, where you knock it off the table, but it's like you do with my podcast and see like gee, I wonder how many times we could like kill the speaker and Cyber Timebite it doesn't play anymore.
That'd be really funny.
And then I'll retort and be like, "Gee, I wonder how long I can get this monitor to stay on before it shorts out and I don't see Tylertube anymore."
All right, that speaker video was one of the ones that I thought was going to be like really good. That video did not do very well at all.
Well, yeah, because it was just you taking your 2 fingers, being like, "Oh, we're gonna go for 5 feet, 50 feet, 60 feet." We're gonna take it outside and just wing it.
That's one of the things that's that's been kind of difficult about figuring out like what videos to make is that there's not anything you can't figure out the algorithm. There's never a way to know what's going to work and what's not going to work.
And have you figured? And so do you sometimes find the algorithm, or are you just I don't know what you call it. Are you just I'm just gonna do this today? Hopefully, people like it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean now I just do whatever I want and just hope for the best, because there's no point in trying to figure out what's going to be best for the algorithm, because you literally can never figure it out. I've had so many videos that I've been this one should be giant and it's not, and then I'll have one that's oh, this one's just filler content, and then it ends up being great, and I'm just what?
Here's a video idea if you're down for it. So my thing on my podcast, I have a thing with the spork. The spork is my thing, my thing that I try to put as part of the podcast, because it's just the spork doesn't get enough credit, sort of deal,
Right.
Do you think just for Cyber Timebite and just for me, just for one video, you can try to do stuff with sporks?
Maybe.
Because you haven't done anything with sporks yet.
No, I haven't.
You can try putting. You can try picking up something and drinking something at the same time. Which that would be funny.
Yeah.
How was your childhood like? I just steer into a more decent conversation.
Well,
how was your childhood?
It was interesting. For most of my childhood was me fighting with my stepdad.
Oh,
that was the majority of my childhood, because I grew up with a stepdad ever since I was about 4 or 5, and me and him hated each other from the first day to the last day.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
So that's luckily him and my mom got divorced a few years ago. So it was 18 years total of me and him hating each other and battling it out every single day.
Do you love your mom though?
Well, yeah.
Well, obviously, you always love your mama,
Yeah.
But do you So there's a say, you guys aren't sending Christmas cards to each other anytime soon, sort of deal, right?
Who, me and my stepdad?
Yeah, never. No.
Oh no, we haven't spoken in years.
But
and once they got divorced, he pretty much told him good riddance and never talked to him again.
Do you actually know? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but do you actually know who your real dad is?
Oh yeah, I see him all the time.
Oh, that's good. That's when you're growing, I mean, besides that though, was there anything else good that happened? Like were you doing stuff that you do in your YouTube channel now back then, just because you were you're a kid and you're
Yeah, the stuff I do in my channel now is stuff that really I've been doing my entire life. Just me and I have one I don't think he hasn't been in any of my videos, but he's been on one of my on a few of my podcasts. He's one of my best friends, or he is my best friend. We've growing up, we were literally brothers. We from ages probably 5 until 15, I bet me and him spent 98% of our time together. We never left each other's side. Yeah. And there was a lot of me and him just getting in trouble, and I have a whole podcast with him talking about all the stuff we used to do. We've almost burned multiple houses down on accident. We used to like take stuff apart, not be able to put it back together. We used to do all kinds of stuff.
I think I heard. Yeah, I think I heard of that one where you guys almost burned stuff down to houses down by accident.
Yeah, I mean, me and him, throughout our entire childhood, all we did was just get in trouble.
Do, do, are you actually like, besides like, you and your friend doing all that stuff, and besides doing all these crazy things that you do with all these tools, could you actually legitimately build a house if you had to? Like, are you like that? Are you that are you that handy with your tools and all that?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like I could like just build a house and have it be flawless, but like if I had the time to figure it out, I could definitely build a house.
Yeah, I mean, not say like, do everything like the plumbing and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and say that like oh, I'm so skilled that I could just build a house no problem. Like I could do it. There's gonna be some road bumps and some things to figure out, but I could definitely pull it off.
Is there anything that's on your house right now that you built yourself, or obviously with people, because doing it by yourself would just be crazy?
No, I'm not really into building things that much. Like as far like, yeah, I'm not really into building too much. I used to be really into like fixing like cars and lawnmowers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But being a mechanic for a living and doing it every day really like killed all my desire to like build things and like fix things.
So in your profile picture, as it's here on Discord, it says test, fix, build. The fix and the build part is just like a little off to the side as the test.
Those two things pretty much don't exist anymore because it like whenever you're a mechanic for a living and you spend all your days just fixing things, the last thing you want to do is come home and fix something. It's just like I guarantee a plumber doesn't go out and do plumbing all day and then come home and is like, oh, I'm going to do some plumbing for fun. Like you just have no desire to do it.
What are your skills when it comes to cooking things? Are you good at making like not 5-course meal, but can you actually make like legitimately like full course meals if you had to?
If I had to, I'm sure I could. I don't, because a big thing for me is time. Like I don't like to spend a whole lot of time doing things like I don't like wasting time doing things that are unnecessary. Like if I'm going to eat something, if I could microwave something in 3 minutes but it's not going to be as good, or I could like spend time and have something that tastes better, I would rather just like throw it in the microwave for 3 minutes and have something now rather than have to waste my time doing that whenever I could be using my time to like build a better future for myself and research things for videos or do anything else. Like I don't like to waste time. So anything that I view as like a waste of time, I just don't do it.
So have you I'm not saying this is a time waster or anything, but I'm just saying, like, have you ever, in the past, have you ever attempted dating or even now, or are you just like, I have all this going on, I just don't have time for anything like that?
In the past, I've definitely, I used to always have a girlfriend in the past, but like I haven't dated anyone in like 6 years, just because it's too time consuming, and it's honestly I mean, you're pretty much the same age as me, but it's like, especially this day and age, it's just so hard. And it's like and a lot of what I see, like whenever I've talked, the very few girls that I have talked to over the years, it's just, there's just such a difference. Like, they all want to, they're all in like go out, drink and party mode. And I'm just like, I don't want to, like, I want to like build, like I want to build a future. Mm-hmm. I eventually wanted I've always wanted the YouTube channel. So now I have that. So now I build that. Before that, I wanted to be which this was hindsight a bad decision, but I wanted to be a diesel mechanic because I knew that was a secure job. So I went through all the steps I needed to do that. And then now I have the YouTube channel, and I'm trying to I'm always trying to build myself up so that way I can have a good future and have a good base. I would rather spend my weekends working on things that could benefit me in the future rather than just go out and party.
That's true. I mean, no,
I've just always been like that, but
because I'm just imagining. I don't know if you ever got this ever in the comments or DMs or anything, but I can just imagine that video where you bought off Wish that what is that thing that you bought that looked like a thing that you press the button and it shot like a blade or whatever and it punctures through a wall. That's how sharp it is.
But you know what
I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. Now I've lost it. I don't remember what it was. It's the what is that thing? Ballistic dart launcher.
Yeah, the ballistic dart. Like I can imagine you buying that thing and then I know that your videos attract. You said they attract more males than females, but
way more males than females.
But I can just imagine the very few females who watch your video and they watch that video and they watch and in the part where you're just doing it and you test and you shoot and it goes through the wall. They're just going yeah, Tyler, pick me, Tyler.
Yeah,
because they take a whole spinning direction, and you're like, no, that's not what I meant. Sorry, that's just me thinking Tylertube probably gets all the chicks.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not the case.
But no, realistically, do you use that thing still for anything, or do you just have that because I got it off Wish and I tested it and whatever?
No, the ballistic dart launcher does not really have any beneficial use, but I do still have it, just pretty much just for fun.
Hey, you can use it for security purposes.
I could. Well, I also have. I've used it in. I used it in the safety glasses video because I think I've used it in a couple more videos besides just the video about it.
Do you what's the reason why you have a katana sword in the first place? Do you just have for funny reasons because you'd be like, oh, I'm breaking out the small knife?
Well, the main reason that I have it to begin with was for whenever I did the Flex Seal video, I cut the bucket in half with it because I don't remember if Phil Swift cut a bucket in half with something. I don't think he did. I don't think he cut a bucket in half, but he cut the boat in half with the the grinder or whatever. And I just felt like in my video that I needed to have something to cut something in half with, so I had the sword and the bucket.
Yeah, and so you have it just be you have so you can just cut the buckets in half and as you will.
Well, I bought it for that video to cut the buckets in half, and then after that video, I decided I was like, well, I'll just make this a part of my channel. So anytime I need something to cut something with, I'll just use the katana.
Yeah, breaking out the small knife, obviously.
Yeah, it just adds an extra razzle dazzle to the videos.
Are we ever going to see the return of your alter ego character come back?
I don't know. Yeah, that was one of those things that I tried out in the beginning, and not that many people really cared for it, and so I just kind of let it go.
You're just trying to be oh well, we're gonna try this, but it didn't end up being very good.
Yeah, I always want to try new things, try something different, try something new, just to see what's out there, see what people like, see what they don't like, because you have to keep evolving, or else you'll die off.
Do you think? No, remember when you made that table all out ramen noodles? It was just nothing but ramen noodles, and it was a table.
Yeah.
did you find when you were doing that video for the first time, were you like, oh, this is gonna be a bad idea from the start, or were you like, we'll just hit record and just see where it goes?
No, I thought that video tricked me because I thought what I should have done, I think I've said this before, but what I should have done is I should have bought like a few packs of ramen noodles and like tried, to figure out the logistics, see like how the glue flows into the noodles and like try to do it on a small scale. But instead, like me being me, instead of doing that, I literally one night at like 2 a.m. just bought like 40 cases of ramen and a bunch of glue sticks and a glue gun. I was like, I'm going to do this. Here we go. And I just did no small scale testing whatsoever, had no idea what I was getting myself into. And then like 10 minutes in, I realized like, I was like 10 minutes into filming the video, I realized I'm in way over my head. So then, once I started, I was like, well, I got to finish. I'm already here.
Well, I mean, for the future, what could probably help you is you should buy like a square piece of glass that's as big as you want to make it, and just slather that thing in glue or whatever, and then just put put the table part of the ramen noodles, stick it to the glass, and then build the legs, and with like a metal beam down it, like going down the corner or whatever for support reasons, and boom, there you go. That'd probably be a better ramen table.
Maybe. That video I forget what else I was gonna do. I was gonna do a full size table and a full size chair for that video, and then I ended up, of course, doing like a really small table because like I said, I just realized I was in way over my head, and ramen noodles are way harder to build with than what I anticipated.
You never ended up making the chair, right?
No, there's no way that I could have. Because like I don't know why. It was just one of those things that I was like, the night that I bought all that ramen off of Amazon, I was just like, I was in a good mood and I was just like, was feeling it, and I'm just like, this will be no problem. Like I'll just glue all this stuff together and it'll work no problem. And then like it's one of those, I've done that with quite a few things where I just jump in head first and like just don't really like think it all the way through, and I realized like, oh, I should have thought about this more.
Yeah, you're like, I don't think, like, I thought, like, it looked good in my head, but then when I executed it, it didn't turn out very good. Wait, no, I don't know, you don't do these videos that much anymore, but remember when you used to do the videos where you took all the batteries and you connected one to another, so you made, like, 50, like, 3 whole rows of, like, 100 batteries is connected to each other?
Yeah.
Do you think that was a smart idea?
Yeah, that was an amazing video. The video got like 2 million views.
And
it was an amazing experiment.
Do you think if you were to like get like a huge fan, like or something, like not like a huge fan or whatever, but something that's like really, really big, and then you connect like, the batteries to that, do you think you would start spinning super fast and crazy and all that crap like you did when you like connected it to like the little tiny fan with all that power?
I don't know. It's because the problem is that all those batteries have so much voltage, but they don't have any amps. So if I wired them up different, it would definitely work, but it wouldn't work if I wired them up the same way that I had them wired up for the video.
Yeah, because I wonder how, because I know you did that with like the little tiny fans. I wonder if you were to hook those up to like a box fan, like one of those box fans, how that would turn out to be like.
Yeah, maybe that might work. I think I might have to try that.
Because box fans are, bigger, and they're not battery operated, but you got your ways because you're Tylertube and you got ways. I don't know how you find your ways, but you got your ways.
Where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way to figure something out.
And there's always a way to screw it up too. But then you come back and fix it.
I mean, at this point, with my channel, like if something gets screwed up, that's just extra content.
Yeah, because
some channels, they like if they're like have a project or something, it ends up getting messed up, then it's like they don't, then they probably won't post it because it got messed up. But me, that's extra. That just makes it even better.
Yeah, because I was just thinking right now. Do you remember how in the recent video that you made with the Flex Seal, you were testing, with the buckets of water, how if it would leak out or not if you left it over 24 hours and you filled the you should do the same thing that you did in that other video where you took that stuff and you put it on the side of the brick and you stuck it to the side of your wall and you started stacking stuff on it. Best stuff, do it with the Flex Seal and see. And if you put it on the side of the brick, stick it to your wall, wait the 48 hours, not the 24 hours that you did, but the 48 hours, and just start stacking stuff on top of it and see if it actually stays or if it actually falls down.
Do that. That could be interesting.
Because I'm not saying it will stay or will not stay, but I'm actually interested to see if that actually will work. because like I never used a Flex product in my life, so
really
never like I never used Flex tape, Flex glue, Flex anything. Never used it, so I can't. The only way I really know if they work or not is through your videos.
That might be the case for a lot of people too.
That's why you probably got so popular off of them.
Maybe.
And funny enough, I know you don't game or much anymore, but do you remember at least the game Guitar Hero?
Oh, I used to be a Guitar Hero legend.
You were?
Oh yeah. I mean, a legend in my own mind, not like legitimately.
Oh, I love that game.
I used to play that game all the time, just like all day.
Yeah, I love that game too. But they have this version called Clone Hero where you can put your own songs in the game if people chart it, if people actually chart it and stuff. But if someone actually charted the Flex Tape commercial, and the song is literally the when you play the song, you're literally playing the background song in the Flex Tape commercial, and it plays the commercial while you're playing it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Like
I haven't played Guitar Hero since. I mean, the last Guitar Hero that I played probably would have been the very first one on like PlayStation 2.
That one is that long ago?
Yeah, that was the first one on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, there's been so many more that came out since then. You probably don't know. You probably don't know them all, but there's so many more that came out since then.
No, I think I have Guitar Hero 1 and 2 for PlayStation 2, and I think those are the last ones that I've played.
Guitar Hero 3 is the also famous one though, like the one everyone knows, Because I mean, I like the game. It's really good, but I don't think it's like the all-time greatest that everyone puts it as.
Yeah.
But Guitar Hero 1 and 2, I like those ones as well. Preferably the second game. The second game is really good. But the third game is the one that gets all the hype because, it had Slash in it and everyone loved the set list and on so on.
I think maybe I might have Guitar Hero 3 because I remember playing Guitar Hero with Slash. I remember it being like the big thing. So I might have played the third one.
What is your music taste? Talking Guitar Hero wise, what do you listen to musically?
Literally pretty much everything.
I mean, I think that shows at the end of your videos because the end of your videos is like some kind of like, I don't even know what kind of song that is or what song it even is.
It's just a what do you call it? Royalty free song. That's just all it is. But my taste is, I listen to literally everything. Like one day I might be in the mood for some like hardcore rap song, or the next day I might want some slow country song, or just it just varies.
What what is your take on like whatchamacallit? Your take. What is the question, Steven? What is your take on, like, you know, all these flex products and like just them being so memey? Do you think they're meme worthy, or do you think people just don't get it, how good they are?
What's the question?
Like do you think that people meme them because it's funny to meme and they just don't think they're good products, or do you think they're legitimately good products and they're memed for a reason?
I think they're legitimately good products, but they get memed because the commercials are so outrageous and they're so memeable. That's why they get memed, which is an extremely good marketing strategy on Flex Seal side. So whoever their marketing manager is, or whoever comes up with their commercials, is doing an excellent job, because obviously it shows that they being memeable. Because if you make a product and then it becomes a meme, all that is just free advertising. So if you say Flex Seal made Flex Tape, that was a giant meme. So they paid whatever they paid to make the commercial. Say probably they made, let's just say they paid $100,000 to make that commercial. Probably more, probably $200,000 or $300,000. But then if it gains traction off the internet and then is now a meme, and everyone, millions and millions and millions of people are sharing it, that's all just free advertisement. And then people see that like, oh, that meme about Flex Seal, Flex Tape. And then next time they like need something, that's in their mind. Flex Seal, Flex Tape. And that's how it spreads and grows. And they're obviously killing it.
Yeah, because do you think that was ever going to happen with your channel, with those videos getting popular, like about those products? That it'd be like, oh, Tylertube though, but Tylertube though, Tylertube this, Tylertube that.
Oh, my channel like becoming a meme.
Yeah, like just because you're making you're making videos on a meme, and then you become the meme from the meme.
Oh, I would love to become a meme. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think you're starting with your rock tumbler thing, ASMR video.
Yeah, that video. I don't know why I did that video, but I did it.
Like, did you like I can just imagine, like, because I remember watching that video where you put stuff in a rock tumbler and you said, like, oh, we'll see you in a month or however long it was that you're doing it, and you were like, I try to hide it in my closet, I try to hide it in my bathroom, I try to hide it everywhere, I can't get the dang thing out of my mind, I could hear it all the way upstairs. You know, you were doing it like you couldn't get enough of them, and you were like, it was just like, it was everywhere. It's just like, I'm pretty sure at night, still to this day, you can hear the rock tumbler tumbling somewhere.
Yeah, it's I actually have the big rock tumbler going right now with a bunch of stuff in it.
Oh, you're doing it again?
Yeah.
But why? Why do you put yourself in that pressure?
People love it. You gotta do what the people want.
Where's it? If I may ask, where's it tumbling, in your garage right now?
Yeah.
Wait,
it's the big one's not quite as loud as the smaller ones because it turns slower, but it's still loud.
What are you tumbling in there?
I can't tell you that until the video's up.
Yeah, but by the time you're not going to hear this till November, man. So by the time.
Oh, this won't go up till November?
Yeah, because I upload every Wednesday. How
many videos ahead are you?
This is episode 122. This is going to be by the time this gets up. This will be uploaded the last Wednesday in November, literally.
What? What number was the last episode you uploaded?
That I uploaded?
Yeah.
102.
So you're 20 episodes ahead?
Yeah, I when I was in quarantine for 2 months, man, from work, I literally went hard and literally like interview after interview after interview, and I'm pretty much prepared for almost for the rest of this year.
Jeez, I wish I was prepared that far ahead for my podcast.
But I mean, but no, I mean, not to say that I'm just like better than anyone. That's not true. I'm just saying that, like, but I'm saying, like, I mean, I know you're doing other things too, so you can't have time like that because you have your work and then you have your videos and all that stuff, you know. And I don't know how often you do your podcast, but I mean, like,
I try to do it every week, but it's been tough.
I mean, like, I actually got an idea if you're up for being part of it for your podcast. If you want to be part of it, I actually have a thing called the Tymbite Network, which is pretty much, you know, like where I have other podcasts come in and they can, and basically it's basically like podcasts under like the umbrella of the Tymbite Network, where people can be like, oh yeah, I know that podcast. It's part of the Tylertube network sort of thing, you know. And I'm basically whoever had podcast streams, and if they ever need like a home for their podcast, I open up my door, like my podcast door to them. So if you want your podcast to be part of the Tylertube network, the door is wide open if you ever want to join.
Maybe. I typically don't join networks or I join anything really. I just do everything on my own.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if you want like a home or whatever, I can help you out with that. But I mean, just throwing it out there just to help you out, man. My dude.
Well, I appreciate it.
No problem. How big is your house, if I can ask? Like, do you live in a big house, a tiny house?
No, it's not a big house at all. It's I don't remember how many square feet it is, but it's I mean, you could roll a tennis ball from one side to the other.
Didn't you actually do a video on that? Or
I don't think I did a video on the house.
Or didn't you do something where like you put something in one room and you walked across the other side of your house?
Oh yeah, I did. I think I did for that speaker video. Yeah, in that video you could see how big it is. It's literally like a like 8-second walk from one side to the other.
And no basement either, I'm guessing.
No basement, no upstairs, just one floor.
Do you is that the first house you ever lived in on your own?
Yeah.
Do you ever wish that you lived back in near Pittsburgh again?
No, not at all.
Why is that? If I can
ask? I absolutely despised Pittsburgh. Like everything about like Pennsylvania in general, everything about it, I just despised it.
Why is that?
Not because it was bad, like not because like Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh itself is bad, but the whole reason. Okay, remember I said that me and my stepdad hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason I ended up in Pittsburgh was because whenever I was 15, my stepdad got a job in Pittsburgh, so I was forced to move because of him.
Mm-hmm.
So for the 5 years or so that I was in Pittsburgh was all because of him. And so I was like, and I had no desire to go there to begin with. So I was completely uprooted against my will and taken to Pittsburgh. And that's where I had to live. And just already hating him to begin with, and then being forced to leave everything that I know and go to a completely new place, just not pushed me over the edge, but just ruined anything that Pennsylvania could have offered me, because all I wanted to do was just come back home.
So were you born? Are you born and raised in West Virginia though? Basically your whole life?
Yeah, I mean, right now I literally live like 2 miles from where I grew up.
That's pretty cool because no, because for me at least, I've been born and raised in Illinois my whole life. I never lived anywhere. I never lived in any other state or anything my whole life. I was born. I didn't get raised or born in the city. I've been raised in the suburbs of the city my whole life, and like it. I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, like, you know, like normal suburban life, going to school, doing your thing, all that stuff, all that jazz. I mean, like I just lived life the best way I could, and then I went to broadcasting school to try to get that radio dream going, you know, and
Yeah.
It sort of happened, but sort of not. That's how I got doing this.
Yeah.
Because this isn't because I used to do a podcast called Adventure Time Guys. That was my first podcast I ever did, and I literally reviewed every episode of Adventure Time, which was a cartoon on television from like 2010 to like almost 2017, I think. By this point, it's been a while.
So you wanted to do like radio?
Not when I was younger. When I was younger, I wanted to be a chef.
Huh.
And that didn't work out because I was in foods class and a chef came in and he was like, and he did like the whole thing with the flame and it went shooting all the way up to the ceiling and it came back down. I was like, nope, not doing that. and so I was just like, so I didn't know what I was going to be. And so like, you know, I graduated high school still not knowing what I was going to be. But then
I feel like that's very common. It's just for the first, like, I mean, I felt the same way for the first until YouTube started taking off. I just felt lost, like just had no idea what I was gonna do.
Yeah, because after I graduated high school, after I went for the graduation, got my diploma, and all the as you wills, I'm gonna throw it back real. We're the same age. I'm gonna throw it, so you're gonna know this. I'm gonna throw it real back. Me and my mom were going to Borders.
I don't know what that is.
You guys don't have that in the South?
Well,
pretty much here in the Midwest, back in the day, that was a bookstore. It was like a, you know, where you go buy your books and whatever, like Barnes and Noble and stuff is these days.
Oh, no, we I think the only bookstore we have around here is like Books A Million.
Yeah, well, I think Books A Million is like the bookstore now that's around nowadays, but
I've never been in a bookstore my whole life.
Hey, no, it's fine. But anyway, we were going there, and we have the radio on, and then then the advertisement comes on and goes like, and you know the commercial for this broadcasting school I went to comes on, and my mom was like, "Hey, you should try that. Like that, wouldn't that be cool?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can give that a try." You know, like it was different. It was different. It wasn't a chef. It wasn't being a chef.
Yeah.
And so I went there. I did my whole initiation process, as you could say, and they brought me in. You know, I got accepted in, and I went. And it was only a year, which thank God it was only a year because because if it was more than that, I would be like, oh man.
Like the whole school was 1 year.
Yeah, the whole thing. Like I was there from August of 2012 to August 2013. That's literally how long it was. And
I went to whenever I went to school to be a diesel mechanic. That's how my school was. It wasn't a year. It was like 9 or 10 months, but it was same kind of thing.
It was a 9-10 month thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing about the broadcasting school is that it wasn't like pen to paper. It was literally like you're literally gonna touch everything you're gonna use and learn it that way. And so that's how I learned about, you know, Adobe Audition, which we used in broadcasting college. I just preferably use Audacity because it's free, it's easy to use, and it's not it doesn't have as many features as Adobe, but it's I learned how to use a board, like with the dials, with the up and down dials, and all that stuff. I learned how to run a radio show because I had to write down my own programming sheet and all that stuff and run my own show and all that stuff. I did that for a while. I did a Cyber Timebite type show called Steven's Turnbuckle, which was my attempt at wrestling talk. And that didn't turn out very well, let me tell you that for a fact. And I feel like if I would have done Adventure Time Guys or Cyber Timebite back in college, I would be well over more than 122 episodes by this point. But it would have been cool though if I would have thought about this idea back then, but I didn't. But anyway, I did that for a while, and after I graduated, the broadcasting school after the year of being there, that's when I got my job that I do for a living still to this day, which I work for a grocery store in their front end. And
do you like that?
Yeah, not really. I'd rather be doing this, to be honest with you.
I can tell you that's why one of the reasons I started buckling down and doing YouTube again was just out of pure disdain for my job.
Yeah, because here's the thing with you, man. I trust you, man. I can tell you this stuff. When like you probably can relate because we're the same age, but maybe you can relate or something. But I was taught in college that sometimes people have to move or go somewhere else just to pursue their careers, and they told us in college, like, oh, would you people be willing to move if you had to? And personally, I would like to stay in Chicago, but if I had to move, personally, if there was like a gig in Wisconsin, I would be okay with that. Or if there was a gig in, I know you don't really like the state that much, but for me, it'd be pretty cool because I have family history there. In Pennsylvania somewhere, either Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, because I have more family history in the Pittsburgh area. But like, what?
Nothing. I just don't like Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of like pickles.
Kind of like pickles. Okay.
They're on the same level.
But yeah, I mean, like if I had the choice, those two states would be pretty cool to set my career in, but but I always wanted to have like someone, like, I just don't, the thing that scares me is that I don't want to do it alone. Like, I want to have someone that I can, now I'm going to break out into my selfless heart mode, that I always have been, but still, But I always wanted to have someone that I can have by my side that I can cherish and have forever, and treat them like they should be treated and all that stuff. So I can have someone by my side and love them, but also love what I do at the same time. And so I'm not alone on this journey. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's understandable.
Because I didn't tell you this, but I actually was born with this thing called Asperger's syndrome, which is a type of autism, and I was born with
also,
that.
My brother has that.
He does?
Yep.
Yeah, I was born, but what I was told is I was born with it. I wasn't given it at a certain age. Like, I was literally out of the womb with it. And I don't blame, I'm not putting my success on me having that on this. I just have it, and I want to make this podcast be known for just me, just doing what I love, doing this. Yeah, I know I have what I have and all that stuff, and I am who I am, but I just want people to know that I care. It's the people that make me, it's the people and my friends and everything that support me and everything, to know that this is why I do Cyber Time Bite, is for them and for people like you who like do all this crazy crap and everything on YouTube and just your daily everyday life. You can just turn on my podcast, listen to it while you're just like, I don't know, eating cereal. I don't know, something like that.
I don't eat cereal though.
I know you don't, because you don't have time for cereal.
Cereal, it has too much sugar for me.
Wait, what do you like eating? Like,
I'm a big anti-sugar guy.
You don't like sugar?
No, sugar is literally poison.
So you don't I wouldn't drink. So you don't drink like Gatorade or anything?
No. I only drink water.
How about zero sugar things that have no sugar in it?
Nope. Because sugar alternatives are more often than not worse than sugar itself.
So when it comes to water, because there's not just water, there's different types of water. So what's your...
there's just water. What do you mean? Water is water.
There's Ice Mountain, Hinkley Springs, sparkling water. There's there's so much.
I drink it from a Brita filtered like pitcher.
Oh, you should invest in one of those what's it called? Those primo water things where you buy the big gallon and you put it in the machine. Like the primo water is so good, man. I don't know if you guys have it down there in the South, but if you find it, it's the coldest and most tastiest water you'll ever drink.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Maybe it's just a Midwestern thing. I don't know, but you should, if you drink so much water, instead of just having that filter or whatever and all that stuff, just you should invest in gallon water and a thing. I think that would cut down the cost a little bit for you, don't you think?
The what?
Like get like a little machine and gallons of water, and you just put it on top of your machine, and you just get your water by the gallon.
That's why I switched to these filtered pitchers, because it was cheap. It was the cheapest option, because I was just drinking bottled water, which was still cheap, but I'd literally drink a gallon to a gallon and a half a day. So that's I think that's like 9 or 10 bottles of water a day. So I just kept having all these empty water bottles everywhere, and then I got to throw all those away, and then got to keep buying cases of water every single week over and over. So I just decided to go with a big pitcher that filters it, and I can just take it from the tap and just dump it straight in there. Because the filters, one filter filters I think 80 gallons of water, and it's only $2.
No,
versus a case of water that would last a week, it's $3.
That's pretty cool. I mean, are you? I wouldn't be surprised if one video I just see you just drinking from the hose.
I mean, I've definitely drank from the hose. I don't have a problem drinking from the hose.
I mean, but is that drinkable water? Is that clean, drinkable water?
I mean, the city says it is, but I don't know how much you can trust it. But I've definitely done it. I'm still here.
You should you should just make a funny tidbit in your videos. Next time you make a video where you fill a bucket full of water, a flexi over the hole. When you poke through the hole and the water starts coming out, you should just point to it. You should put a little thing that points to it and says my water bill, my water drinking bill every month.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's true. Man, I gotta tell you, man, I am so much fun doing this.
Good.
Besides the technical problems.
That's all right. Everything. There's always going to be problems.
We've been going for an hour and 52 minutes, though.
That's pretty good.
I'm not saying I ran out of questions, but I'm just asking. Do you have any questions for me?
Not anything I can think of. I did enjoy this though. This was pretty fun.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Um. Oh yeah. I want. I do want. I want to talk about the if you met anyone famous for your channel. I mean, obviously you do the promotion for the wallet because you got yourself hooked up with the wallet promotion. But like, have you ever met anyone famous or anything for your videos? Just because for the flex stuff and all that stuff or whatever.
No, I've never met anybody famous. I've never regardless, I've never met anybody famous. But like 3 months ago, I got recognized for the first time at a gas station.
Like what? Like someone asked you, said, "Hey, it's Tylertube."
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but because like that's the only time it's ever happened, and I don't expect it to happen because I'm not famous. I'm just like I just have followers, but like I was just walking through a gas station one day, just like in my own little world, not even thinking about anything. And there was a kid that he was probably 15, 16, standing like across the gas station, and like I could see him like staring at me, and like I remember seeing him, and I was just thinking like, why is this kid staring at me? And then like he just kept staring at me, and I was thinking like it was like getting weird, and I was like, why is this kid just staring at me? Like what's going on here? So then like I just kind of was like ignored him. And then, like, as I was walking out of the gas station, he was like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then he showed me my channel on his phone, and he was like, "Is this you?" And I was like, yeah, that's me." And then I realized, like, oh, that's why he was staring at me because he recognized me.
Dude, do you know how much I would love that if that happened to me?
It was pretty cool, but like up until he like asked me. I just thought he was just like some creepy guy like staring at me. But once he showed me that he recognized me, it all made sense. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because no one's ever came up to me and been like, "Oh my god, it's Steven from Timebite. Like, is this you?" And no one's ever done that to me where they pull up like my Timebite channel and they show me the picture of the thumbnail, and because the thumbnail has a picture of me on it. So if anyone were to recognize me, they know what I look like. But no one's ever done that no one's ever done that to me. And by the day that it does, I'm gonna be like, holy crap, I'm actually getting recognized.
Yeah.
But like, how small is your town? Like, is it so small that if you do get recognized, people are gonna know who you are, or is it?
Yeah, that's why. Like normally, like I don't do. That's why I normally I don't do videos like out places or whatever because this town is so small. Everybody like, I mean, like there's a bunch of kids that like at the high school and stuff that like they know that I'm in this area, but they don't know where I live. Because like my sister goes, well, she doesn't now because she graduated, but she was in school, and of course she told everybody that that's who I was or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this town is very small. Like literally, I can walk to the end of my street, which is like maybe 40 yards from my house, and stand in the main road, and I could look down one side and see the beginning of the town, and look down the other and see the end of the town.
Wow, that's tiny.
I think it's like 1.2 miles long is the whole town.
Didn't you do a video in a park? I forget what the product was, but didn't you do a video in a parking lot with like a scooter or something? Like with
a one wheel.
Or a one wheel or something, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a church parking lot. That's and on that video, if you go back through the comments, there's tons of people that are like, I know where that is. And I was like, oh. Like, some people definitely know where I'm at.
Where? What was that product again? Like, what was that one wheel for?
It was called. It's called a one wheel, but the video was for the accessory. The video is kind of like a combination. Like I kind of reviewed the one wheel itself, but also a guy that makes accessory. He 3D prints accessories. Sent me some of his accessories, and I put them on and tested them out.
Do you like your one wheel? Is your one wheel your favorite thing?
I wish I had more time to ride it because I'm just so busy. But I love that thing to death. I could get on that thing and just ride it all day.
Aren't you afraid of the flaws though? Because it's only one wheel.
Am I afraid of what?
Like flaws, like what if it just automatically stops and you start flying forward?
It's happened, but you just get back on it, keep on going.
Yeah, but how about you if you I'm not gonna say severely hurt yourself, but like if you do,
like if I severely hurt myself,
yeah, like you just like it stops and you just go flying forward and you hit let's just say a wall.
well, you heal up and get back on it. I'm the type of person. There's not if I ride motorcycles too and stuff. Like if I was to get hurt or something, there's nothing that's gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep going.
like run this man over a car. He's still getting up and riding that car.
If I was on my motorcycle and a car hit me, as long as I still had all my limbs and I was physically able to ride again, I would ride again. I'm very just as a person. Once I decide I'm doing something, I'm doing it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's getting done.
That's a pretty cool way of going about things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not gonna be easily swayed to quit something or whatever. If I got that one wheel and the first, which I did fall when I first got it, but say first time on it, you fall and hurt yourself. Some people would probably be like, "Oh, I don't want to do that anymore because I fell and got hurt." But to me, it's like a challenge. It's I need to master this thing.
Yeah, that's how it was back when I was when I was little, with riding a bicycle. I still don't know how to ride a bicycle, and I'm currently learning how to drive. I know that sounds cheap, 26-year-old learning how to drive. I know, but I'm getting
driving's a piece of cake
when you get used to it. But I'm still getting used to it. But I feel like I'm getting there though, But but my point is that I failed so many times riding a bike, but I still got up and tried, but I just couldn't master it.
You just got to keep going.
If I tried to pick it up again today, I probably would have that mentality. I just don't have the time or the money to buy a bike and try again because bikes are expensive.
Yeah. That stuff like that is just stuff like that would just eat my soul. If I try to do something and I can't figure it out, it eats me alive. This was a while back. This was probably 7-8 years ago. But somebody told me, one of my friends or something, told me that I was talking about getting a unicycle. And one of my friends was like, you could never, he was like, you could never ride a unicycle. And I was like, you want to bet? I'll buy a unicycle and I'm going to ride it. And I bought a unicycle and it took me 3 weeks. But after 3 weeks, I was able to ride it. And I literally every spare second I had, I taught myself to ride this unicycle because I was just not going to be defeated. That's the approach I just take with everything.
I can't just imagine you being do you know how they say, do you know how people try to put the circle shape into the square shape? I feel like you would be I can see you being the guy being the circle shape, it's gonna go for the square shape and I'm gonna make it happen. Are you when you actually try to make that happen, if you were to do that?
If I was able to do what?
Put the circle shape in the square shape.
If that's what I decided that I wanted to do, then that's what I would do. You can't let things defeat you. It doesn't matter what whatever it is, anything. whether it's riding a bike, whether it's riding a unicycle, figuring out a program, doing whatever. As far as I go in my mentality, I would not let it defeat me.
That's how I was like. I had that mentality for, I believe, when I was actually starting to do podcasting, believe it or not, because when I first started, it was my friend doing all the recording at first, because he had me coming through like a stereo into his computer. That's how underground we were. And then we upgraded over the years to all these different programs and whatever. And then when I got the butt program, then that's when I was like, I'm not going to stop until I learn this program. And I do know it now because it's easy to use, and all you gotta do is literally press, record for you to start recording, and then you press the play button to freaking go on air if you have it hooked up into a radio feed, which mine is, to the Rockin' Waves radio feed when that time does come. But I mean, I try my best to. I'm not saying I'm not as go-getter as you to things, but like, I'm go-getter when I feel like I need to be go-getter.
Yeah.
How about if somebody were to like, how about like a sport? Like, if you were trying to learn how to do like baseball or basketball or hockey or football or whatever, would you, like, if somebody was like, oh, learn how to play football, would you be like, I'm not going to stop until I learn how to play football?
I played basketball for a while when I was in school, but I wasn't really into it because it took away from all the other things I wanted to do. Because by that time I was like starting to make YouTube videos, and like I wanted to do that more than I wanted to do basketball, so I just didn't do basketball. So like I'm not like the type of person that just wants to do everything, but like whatever it is I'm doing, I like, if once I've decided that I want to do this, I'm not going to let it defeat me.
What's the latest thing in your life? Like, what's the latest thing that you've been like that with?
Well, I haven't actually done it yet, but I'm going to make a video about solving a Rubik's Cube.
A Rubik's solve from the beginning to solving it, you're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to make a video. My goal is, I'm probably going to do this video tomorrow. I want to be able to take a Rubik's Cube that, is completely messed up, and I want to be able to solve it in under a minute.
And have you seen the YouTube videos of people just like solving that thing in like 15 seconds? Like, holy crap, man,
Yeah, that's why I feel like I should, like, I see, like, if those people can solve it in like 20 seconds, I feel like I have no excuses to not be able to solve it in under a minute.
Do you think that, like, if you wanted to, you can get like do you know how those videos that you took the glue or the gum or whatever and you stick the two blocks and you start pulling on the chain and start lifting weights on it? Do you think how this stuff can be like Guinness World Record crap?
Do I think what?
Like, do you think like you can get that stuff into the Guinness Book of World Records? Like that many stuff that you pulled up with like just gum alone or whatever?
Probably not.
Because that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting.
What's the most impressive thing? Like, I know you have a lot of things that you were impressed with on your channel, from products to things that happen, but what's the most impressive thing that you've done on your channel?
Like, just the most impressive video overall?
Or, well, that and, like, thing that you've done, like you're, like, pulling up the thing, you're like, holy crap, it's still holding on, or video, and video, too,
Probably Probably one of the things I was the most impressed with was probably Elmer's glue. Because I glued 2 wood blocks together with Elmer's glue, with very little Elmer's glue too. I think like 1 or 2 drops, and it held like over 400 pounds.
And that's when you dried it for 24 hours with the clamps, right?
Yeah. Because I just remember seeing it. Because, well, I did it. I don't know if I did that one with for the video where I clamped everything or not. I don't remember why I did this, because for whatever video I was doing it on, I used Elmer's glue specifically because I wanted something that was going to be kind of weak and not. I just needed to, whatever it was, I just needed to demonstrate a point. I didn't need anything to be like super strong, so I went with Elmer's glue because I didn't think it was going to be, it's literally school glue. I figured it would hold like 20, 30 pounds and break or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then I remember trying to like, whatever point I was trying to show, I ended up having to like do like all this extra work to pull over 400 pounds to get it to break.
And I mean that's pretty impressive for only two drops of school glue.
Yeah, I mean it was very impressive.
And then how about like a video itself, like a video that you made, if there is that, if you can limit it down to that.
Like my most impressive video I've made?
Yeah, what video do you look at and be like, oh, I am so impressed by this?
Well, I can tell you my favorite video that I've made is the video with the flamethrower. And it is so underappreciated, and it didn't get nearly the recognition it deserves. But it's like I don't know what it is about that video, but that's one of my favorite videos I've ever made.
Is that the one with the lighters?
No, that's the one with the flamethrower.
Yeah, but didn't you use a flamethrower to light all those lighters on fire?
No.
Now I gotta look that up. You with a flamethrower. How old is that?
It's pretty old. It's a couple years.
Yeah, and there's you putting stuff in a microwave. What? No, wasn't there a time you put something in the microwave and then you had to rush it outside or finish it outside because you were afraid it was gonna explode in your garage?
I don't remember offhand, but I guarantee that happened.
What can you flush down the toilet?
Yeah, that one. I feel like that video got underappreciated too. I figured that one would do more for all the work that I put into that video.
You got 304K. You got 304K on that one though.
Oh really? Oh, maybe that one did do better than I thought. Some of them, like some of the videos are tricky. Like some of them, they'll start off not so good, and then like 2 or 3 months later, they'll just like randomly take off.
Well, yeah, because it's a nostalgia. I'm not gonna say it's a nostalgia thing necessarily as a whole, but it could be a nostalgia thing at some point.
Like some of them, I've had videos that I think the Flex Glue video did this not too long ago. Actually, I think it did, where like on February, whenever they released Flex Paste. And then everyone was searching up Flex Paste or Flex products again. My Flex Glue video that at that time was a couple years old just randomly got like 1 million more views just out of the blue, just because people were searching more Flex stuff. So like sometimes like some videos you post them and they just like die immediately, but some of them like just 6-8 months later they'll just randomly take off again, and then you're just like, what? Like what's going on here?
I mean, like what? Like, yeah, I mean, like that's crazy, because when somebody gets popular, it's going to rise again, But
yeah,
but no, I know that sounds cheesy. That's a cheesy segue, but anyway. But your thumbnails though, what's your process when making these thumbnails?
Well, I don't make any of the thumbnails, and I don't edit anymore. I have an editor that does all that.
Oh, you have a guy now?
Yeah.
you finally got a guy.
Yeah. He's been editing. He's been awesome too. He's been editing for me for a while. Like definitely over a year now.
Hey, do you need an editor? Well, Tylertube has a guy. His people contact your people.
Yeah. That's because like I said before, I don't like wasting time. The if like for me, if I knew that I reached a point where I knew that if I was going to grow this channel, that I needed to spend more time making videos and less time editing videos, because I think for anybody that's growing a channel, I think it's very vital that in the beginning you edit your own videos in the beginning, because especially like if you're doing a podcast or whatever, it's not as important. But if you're making videos like I make or vlogs or whatever, it's vital that you edit your own content for at least until you start to take off or get bigger or something. Because whenever you're editing your own videos, then that gives you a chance that you can critique all your own footage and you see everything that you've filmed. And whenever you're the one that has to look at everything you filmed and edit everything down, you start to pick up on all the little things that you need to like correct. You're like, oh, that angle should be different, or like, oh, this I had my focus point set here and it really should have been here, and like you really, or my the sound was off, so I need to get that microphone closer. Like you really get to go through and critique and like you see everything that you've done, so you get to I don't know what word I'm looking for. You get to like watch it. You get to see every fault that you have, so that way you can fix it. Whereas if you like have an editor from the beginning, you could just be out there just like filming who knows what and have messed up angles and your sound's off and like all this stuff, and then like your editors just happen to like do the best they can with what they've got, and they can tell you like, oh, maybe try this, but until like you've seen it and you're right there in front of it, you don't know exactly what they're talking about.
That's true. Because like for me, I since I do when I upload a video on my random channel that isn't my podcast, just for fun, just random video. If I want to upload something, bam, there it is. But when it comes to the podcast, pretty much is me doing the audio edit and the thumbnail picture that I use to advertise the podcast over it, and then basically what I do is I just put the audio file and the picture in Windows Movie Maker, add a fade in, add a fade out, and then save the video file and then upload to YouTube. That's literally my whole process, because it's audio only, so.
Huh. Yeah. Is there a reason why you don't do video?
Why I don't do video for the podcast?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I thought about it when I was like, because can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I was just making sure. Anyway. Yeah, so the reason I don't do video is because I thought about it first because Joe Rogan was an example for me. But
I think he's the example for everybody. He's like the gold standard of podcasting.
Yeah, but I wanted to do video, but then I thought about I don't think there's going to be a lot of people comfortable doing video, because I have a lot of people who do the cosplay thing, which, if you don't know what cosplay is, pretty much cosplay is like people dressing up as characters and they go to conventions, and that's the thing that people do. I do it, but I don't do it as hardcore as everyone else does because I haven't gotten to that level yet. But
right.
But like but like for the podcast purposes, I just thought it'd just be easier to do audio because it's less bandwidth, and you know how it is. Like sometimes there can be problems with video connections and whatever. I do video chats more for fun when I'm doing for fun calls over like interviews. But I just like doing audio only because audio only is I feel is the best way because like I said earlier, going back to my point, like if you was just for say were working on videos or doing something or even at your job wanting to listen to something, you can fire me up, listen to me in your ears while you're working on something or just doing whatever, and I'm right there. You don't have to pull out your phone and make sure like, oh, am I missing something on video while they're talking, because there's no video. You're just listening to our conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know if there ever was a moment I'd be like, oh yeah, Cyber Timebite, I'm going to listen to this right now. But, there it is right there. It's all for you. And everything, and everyone else who's listening, it's all for you. Whatever you're doing, you can listen to me whenever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because to be honest with you, there's some people who've been who I had on the podcast that were so inspired that they started their own podcast, or I inspired them to be more confident as a person. And
now, what was it?
No. There's some people who I had on my podcast who I inspired so much that they started their own podcast, or I made them more confident as people.
Well, I mean that's cool. That's always a positive.
I like from episode 1, dude. I'm not even kidding you. I've never in a million years thought that would ever happen.
Right.
Like I thought I'm gonna be Stephen Allen Clark from Chicago, Illinois, doing a podcast, doing this, doing this, hoping to make it someday with it. But then, I inspire people. I'm inspiring people. I'm just having fun. And and I'm just, meeting a lot of cool people that I thought I would never meet in my life, like you and Sid Vicious and Sabu, and just I met so many I met so many people and had the chance to meet so many people that I love and people that I just met that I wanted to have on the podcast actually coming on the podcast. It's just it's wow, man, it's like I'm living a dream that I can't explain it. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm glad to be doing this podcast with you. We should probably wrap it up soon because we've been going for almost 2 hours and 21 minutes, but still.
Yeah, we've been going for a while.
Yeah, sorry we've been going for so long. We were just having so much fun going back and forth,
No, that's completely fun.
But hey, I would love to have you on again because I had so much fun today talking with you. And I'll do my outro and I'll let you do yours. And before I do that, before I do that real quickly, just one last chance. Anything you want to ask or no? Are you good?
No, I'm completely good.
You're good? All right. Oh, there we go. You can find me, thank you everyone for listening to Cyber Time by episode 122. You can find me on Facebook at Cyber Timebite. Follow me on Twitter at NostalgiaVamp. Buy my merchandise right now at redbubble.com under Crash Steven Gear. Or even the Spork is the most powerful of them all. And where can people find #Tylertube?
Yeah, they can find it at just Tyler Unglued podcast, or for my podcast, or Just Tylertube. You can type Tylertube on pretty much anything, and I'm there.
And then you can have all the 15-year-old dudes and all the other dudes will find you and be like, "Is this you? Is this your pod? Is this you on podcast?" and you'd be like, "Yes, that's me." Like, dude, like I loved when you flushed it like down the toilet.
Yeah.
Like that swirl was very nice. Oh God, no. All right. Well, that's that. I want to thank everyone for listening, and I hope all of you have a great day. Have a good one.